Hello everyone, my name is Amanda. The goal of my intervention was to increase the independence of those with autism using a picture activity schedule while completing household chores. I found that multiple articles supported the effectiveness of the use of a picture activity schedule. Some studies used an app, other studies used a simple checklist. The intervention I conducted involved a simple picture activity schedule and a checklist that was given to the observer in order to track the progress or the lack of progress that was conducted. The household task that was targeted was cleaning the dishes. Some of the steps these steps included were picking up the dirty dish from the counter, placing the dish in the sink, turning on the water and putting the dish under the water, placing the dish in the dishwasher, and then shutting the dishwasher. The definition of the target behavior was that the on-task behavior was defined as completing the step or task fully while the participant was looking at what they were doing and seemed to be attending to what they were doing without any prompts besides the use of the picture activity schedule. The participant that was used in my study, was diagnosed with ASD. He often has trouble following directions and needs prompting, especially with household tasks. A single subject AB design was used. This was due to the lack of time. As I will state later on, I wish I would have been able to do an AB design because I feel like that would have been a little more effective. The response measurement and the inter-observer agreement entailed a frequency measure in order to calculate the number of steps completed correctly, then divided by 100 to record the data as a percentage. There was one other observer used in this case, which was the participant's mother, who was taught how to record the data as well as how to teach the participant how to complete the task on their own without the main observer, which was myself. So she was just taught how to prompt with the activity schedule, and as well as what an example of the step being completed independently would look like versus what the step completed not independently would look like. The baseline data was taken and the participant only completed one step out of the 5 steps for the entire 5 sessions. So the entire 5 sessions of the baseline, only one step was completed independently. The SD was stated and the data was recorded. The baseline stage which was implemented for 5 sessions, and the intervention stage was implemented for 6 sessions. The reinforcers were given reinforcers such as gummies and any type of edible that the participant was going for that certain day was used and given to him when he completed a step independently, as well as some time with one of his higher preferred items, which was TV, for 5 minutes access after completing the entire task. The pictures activities schedule was presented at the start of each session along with the picture activity schedule. During the final session of the intervention phase, the participant completed 80% of the tasks completed correctly and independently. As one can see in the graph that I provided in the comment section of this discussion board, the line graph shows that this was a successful intervention in improving the independence of the participant by completing household tasks. There were a few limitations of the study, one being that with the lack of time, because I started mine a little bit late, I would have used an AB design, which I mentioned earlier, in order to show a true functional relationship. Also, I would have loved to be able to use multiple observers or multiple therapists in the home in order to better the chances of generalization and in order for him to complete it independently, not only for me or for his mother, but his teacher at his other job or another home therapist and things like that. So, and that's it. Thank you. Have a good one.